Welcome to part 2 of this 4-part video series where I am showcasing my entire reverse diet journey, showing you how to do it properly, giving you tips along the way. Not a lot of people show this part, so I said I'd make this video series to show you how it's done and how you can basically add in calories back into your diet while keeping your lean physique. So that was just a few clips of yesterday's gym session. Energy's going up, gym performance is going up, thank God. So that means that extra carbs that are going in are being put to good use. So I need to fill you in about last week, and there is a bit of an update for this week. So it is 7 a.m. Let's start the day. You're probably saying to yourself, why am I wearing a tank top in Ireland? Well, this is a heat wave we're having in Ireland right now. Yesterday was 25 degrees. Today I think it's around the same. And it's the first time in Ireland that I can actually remember, or ever remember, we have had this warm weather for a consistent amount of time. And even the air is hot. Like even it's hot into late into the evening. And I just don't remember that happening over in Ireland before. Now for me, I love it because I'm just a sun person. Like when I go on holidays, I'll be one of them people who are out in the sun all the time, who will lie by the pool, chill out, and just, yeah, one of them sun people. So when we get this type of weather in Ireland, I love it. I'm out there all the time, maybe head down to the beach. You've got to make the most of the nice weather when it comes. And if you may or may have not noticed, my desk is in my room. So I am upstairs in the converted attic and I love it. It can be very warm up here, as you can probably tell, but I love where my desk is. I get most of my work done here, and it's just how I like to do things. So this is where I will do most of my work. So we get up in the morning, we will do our journaling in here. We'll write down our tasks for the day. And then on a gym day, we'll go obviously get ready, go to the gym, and then come back, and then most of my work will be done here. But yeah, let's go over what's been happening in the last week. So this right here has been our weigh-ins across the week. As you can see, some fluctuations across the week, totally normal, and then a little bit of a drop towards the end of the week. And this is what we are this morning. So this is the current physique as of this morning. And as you can see, still visibly lean and arguably looking better than last week. I'm going to do a comparison photo now in a second. But from the average from last week, we have dropped 0.2 of a kg. Even though we added in calories, we dropped 0.2 of a kilo. So that indicates to me that the calories are being put to good use and the glycogen stores are being replenished, and we can now push up calories again this week. If I just throw up the comparison photos right here from last week to now, this is the front shots right here. And you can see by looking at this that we are fuller, we look more defined, we look better, our muscles are filled with glycogen. And then we look at the back shots here, there's definitely more definition in the biceps and the shoulders. So you can see that everything is going to plan just like we expected it to. It is very warm in this room, but okay, I want to give you a bit of an update for this week. So last week we finished our week on 2100 calories and 14,000 steps. Okay, so this week the plan was to go up to 2200 calories and bring the steps down to 13,000, but we didn't come across, we got a bit of an issue. So let me just give you some background. So as you know, we done our 13-week cut, okay, and we were doing 10,000 steps to 12,000 steps to 15,000 steps, and we were doing 15,000 steps for, I'd say, about 5 weeks, 6 weeks straight, every single day. And while doing these 15,000 steps, I was wearing a certain pair of runners. That's no problem, but I didn't know that new runners only last 3 to 4 months, if even. And I was wearing these runners since January. I was wearing them all day, every day. I was using them for everyday use. I was using them for the gym. I was using them for my steps, absolutely everything. And obviously I didn't know that runners didn't last that long. So it was only towards the end of last week that we came across an issue with my calf, okay? My calf started to feel really tight. I saw my veins started to come out really prominent, and I wondered what the issue was. So then I done a bit of research and realized that it more than likely is the runners causing the issue. The support was gone out of them, and I didn't know until the calf basically gave me an issue. So what we had to do was, me being me, I like to get things checked, because when I saw my leg, I was looking at the veins coming out and I was thinking clots, I was thinking X, Y, and Z, as you do. But went to the doctor, no issue. He reckons it's just the calf being overused from no support in the runners. So you may be thinking now, we've come across an issue, what do we do? But no damage is done, because what we can do is, obviously because of this issue, we're going to have to bring our steps right down to allow this to heal. But instead of going up to 2,200 calories, we're going to stay at 2,100 calories, and our step count is only going to be about 8,000 for this week. See how the calf is at the end of the week, and then possibly bring the steps back up and then increase the calories. So if you think of it this way, there absolutely is no damage done, because instead of bringing our calories up, we leave the calories where it is, and with the steps coming down, that is going to be less energy output, and that is going to act as basically a calorie increase, as we're going to be burning less throughout the week. And of course, this is a prime example that if you are doing a plan, if you're on a journey and any issue comes up, don't panic, because there is always ways around it. There's things you can change to keep you on track and keep you progressing. So that is the update for this week, and I am doing daily videos on my Instagram of this reverse diet. So if you want to see that, make sure you're following the page, and thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that new hype button as well, it really helps, and I'll see you guys next week for part 3.